Hey guys, we'll just start the session in another 8 minutes. Thank you. So, guys, I hope everybody's able to hear me out. Can you give me a quick confirmation? So, we'll just start the session in another 8 minutes. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Yeah. Am I audible, everyone? Yes. Perfect. So, I hope everybody's super excited. How are you all doing? I hope, yeah, I hope everybody's fine. So, welcome to the Production AI and LLM Engineering Bootcamp induction session. One of the bootcamp, like this bootcamp, I think is one of our dream that we were probably discussing from past 6 months. To teach in such a way that, uh, you know, as soon as probably you complete 30 to 40%, you are enterprise ready. Like you'll be able to build enterprise ready applications and all in the company, which is currently required. A lot of discussions with respect to the syllabus today. What that is what we are going to do. Since today is the induction session, we are going to talk more about it, like what all things we'll be building, what all things we'll be discussing, each and everything. Okay. Still, people are joining. We'll just wait for another 6 to 7 minutes, and then we will start the induction session. Okay. So please do give some excitement. I hope you are super excited, pumped up, with respect to joining this boot camp itself, right? Uh, the induction session is also live in YouTube, just to make sure that if somebody has missed out, we will be. But anyhow, everybody received the mail regarding the session, everything. Yes, sessions are recorded. Don't worry, we will talk more about it, everything, recordings, where it will be available, how it will be available, each and everything. Okay. I am a software engineer. Any prerequisites? We'll talk about the prerequisite, everything. And I think we and Paul were also discussing that, we will also be taking some sessions initially so that you get some kind of basic knowledge with respect to that. Yeah. So, yeah, let's wait for some time. Still, people are joining. I think they may take another 5 to 10 minutes. But I hope you all are super excited, right? Yeah. Perfect. Great. So, is this the first time you're joining any of our batches, or you have probably joined our previous any of the batch? Uh, no, bootcamp will not be in YouTube. It will only be in live sessions and all. Okay. YouTube already we upload a lot of frequent. First time, first time. Okay. Second batch, Aishwarya says second batch. Ramakrishna, Senthil, second time. Okay. Don't worry. If this is your first batch, uh, there are a lot of things to probably learn. My first session with Krishna Academy, but I follow and learn in Udemy. Perfect. First time earlier done Udemy courses. So, how's your experience overall with respect to our learning, with respect to learning from our mentors? Um, I hope you all are having an amazing time gaining that knowledge that is specifically required to get into the industry, right? Yeah. So yes, we have with us mentors like Paul. Paul, I think you can show your face, Paul. Devesh, you can show your face, I guess. Okay, so Paul is
Yes,
also
sir.
there. Yeah, and Devesh is also there.
Yes.
Paul,
Hello,
I'll
everyone.
I'll give you 2 minutes to
I think
introduce you about
okay.
yourself.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
You can take 2 minutes and quickly introduce about yourself, Paul. Then we can give it to Devesh. Yeah, Paul, go ahead, please. Paul, you audible? Divesh, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Why Paul is not? Paul, you there? Okay, drop him a message. I think is absent. I don't know whether he's able to hear us or not. Paul, you audible?
Yes, yes, I'm audible. I was
Yeah.
switching headphones. That's it.
Right. So take 5 minutes and introduce about yourself, Paul. That is what I was saying.
All right. Fine. All right. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you guys here. I hope you guys are super excited. So my name is Saurangshu Paul, and I deal with uh, AI systems, RAG, hybrid RAG systems, working with SLMs and knowledge distillation based solutions a lot. So that's why in this particular course, I'll be one of the lead mentors. With me, Devesh will also be there. And we'll be looking into state of the art things, a lot of new drops which has happened in the AI space.
Paul, just
In
check your
the field
internet
of
connection
AI,
once.
we'll be talking about that.
Paul, I think your internet connection is slow.
A lot of news things.
Paul, I think just check your internet
Okay,
connection,
my
okay?
internet connection.
Divesh, till then, I think you can give an introduction
Okay,
about yourself.
just wait. Let me.
Okay, Paul will be back, guys. Divesh, unmute yourself here. Come on. Okay, now
All
please.
right, all right, all right. Thanks. Hi, guys. So, my name is Devesh. I'm an AI engineer. I am currently pursuing my PhD in this agentic AI space from Symbiosis. I also conduct lectures at Symbiosis International University and currently working with mentors like Chris sir, Paul sir, and life's pretty good. And it's gonna be an amazing time, guys, together. All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
So thank you, Divesh. So Paul will be back, guys. We're just checking out this internet connection, but no worries. But I hope everybody knows about me, I guess. Okay, my name is Krish. I've been teaching from past 14 plus years. Okay, so one message from Epitasio. He says, "Hello from Brazil. Did LLMOps industry ready projects back last year. Also achieved my first data science jobs 4 years ago. Learning with Krishna YouTube, Udemy. Excited for this. Amazing. Congratulations." So so my name is Krish Nayak. I have more than 14 plus years of industrial experience, specifically in the field of AI. I have worked with multiple companies. Currently, focusing into two things, that is developing products and obviously teaching what all new things are actually happening in the industry. um, and yes, again, we have a very good team. Paul is there, Divesh is there. We have people like Monal, Sunny, Savita, Mayank, and all, so who are currently teaching with us, and you may be there in one or the other batches. Okay, so that was more about it. So Paul, now is your internet connection better? No.
I hope
Okay.
so.
No, it's
Is it
still
better? Please
stuck,
let
I
me know
guess.
because am I audible, everyone?
It is still stuck, I think,
It's
Paul.
still
Just
stuck.
check. Yeah, yeah. So
All
just check
right,
your
let me
internet.
rejoin then completely.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, guys. So let's start this induction session, everyone. Let's go ahead it. First of all, before I go ahead, did everybody got the dashboard access? You got the email, everything as such, right? Email for joining the session and all. Yeah. Just give me a second. Yeah, so everybody has got the mail access, everything as such. Please give me a quick confirmation you have got the dashboard access, everything as such, right? Just let me know, yes or no. Yeah, perfect. So, mail, everything you will be specifically getting over here, right? And you also need to probably like I'll be discussing about how the dashboard will look like, each and everything. So which will also give you an idea about where you'll be able to see the recorded content. We will be talking about do's and don'ts in this specific batch, all the good things in this batch, where you can have a discussion. We have also launched our own hackathon platform, which we are going to automate that in every sessions, like every 1 month we are going to keep hackathons and all. Okay. So I hope everybody is able to see the things, and everybody is able to see the things in their dashboard itself. Okay. Now let me quickly go ahead and share my screen. Before that, just let me know whether you are able to see my screen or not. Okay. Just give me a confirmation, everyone, if you are able to see my screen. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So I will just talk about some of the things. There are so many things that I really want to talk about, but we'll go step by step so that you get an idea about what all things we are going to discuss and how this specific batch, what will be the focus on this batch and all. Okay. So first of all, obviously the batch name, that is super important because you should know what we are studying. So it is the Advanced Route Production AI and LLM Engineering, Frontier AI from Research to Production. This is the bootcamp name, and this bootcamp says a lot, many things, right? Every word that you probably see over here. And if you go ahead and see the syllabus, we are going to match each and everything with respect to that. Okay. I will discuss about it. I'll go completely in depth about the syllabus, what all things we are going to discuss. And then when Paul will come, he will have a more discussion, and then we will be having the doubt clearing sessions. Today is the induction session. The main aim of the induction session is to show you everything about the dashboard, how the sessions are going to happen every Saturday and Sunday, what will be the time, each and everything. Okay. So first of all, I will just copy this entire information and I will paste it over here so that you get it clearly. Okay. And then whatever doubts you have, please keep it till the last session. We are going to clarify everybody's doubt and discuss in a proper way. Okay. So this is the batch name, and this is basically starting from when, right? July 19th. The session will be between 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then we are going to have the doubt clearing session. Okay. Doubt clearing session, right? Now, in this class here, we will be discussing based on the syllabus that we have provided you, right? Everything will be taught within them. And then on top of that, whatever doubts you have, we'll allow you to talk with us and we'll clarify each and every doubt. But you just need to have patience, okay? Since we have Divesh and Paul also, so we are going to clarify in much more depth whatever questions you have. Let's say, tomorrow we are doing some kind of practical sessions and you want to share your screen, we will also allow that. Clear with this, everyone? I hope everybody understood. This classes will be on every Saturday and Sunday. Very simple. Okay. Sunday. Now you may be thinking how many months this batch may go for. It may go to 7 to 8 months based on the syllabus that we have created. Okay. And this batch will only come once in a year. Okay. Once in a year. The dashboard access that you're going to get, the dashboard access where you'll be able to see the recordings, everything will be for 2 years. Okay. I will see if the session is basically getting extended because of holidays and all, I may also increase. I may, okay, not compulsory, based on the session, how it goes, we may increase it to 2.5 years. This is the best that I can actually do. But again, based on the situation, I will try to do my level best. Okay. Clear, everyone? Happy with this news at least? We'll try to increase it for another 6 months. Again, not guaranteed right now, based on the session, how it goes. Okay. But if the sessions are going streamlinedly well, there is no breaks, things are not like there is no public holidays that are coming in between, then we will be keeping it for 2 years. Because on top of that, what will be happening is that there will be so many updates that is basically coming. For people who have taken AI Pro, so they are basically in a yearly plan. So in the AI Pro, you get the access of everything, every batches in a yearly plan. Okay. So that is the product that we have launched, and whatever boot camps comes within a year, you'll be able to access it. Okay, clear till here, everyone? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Clear. Perfect. Yeah. Now the next thing is that what about certification? Many people will be having this question. Yes. Does anybody have certification? Does Krishna Academy provide certification? The answer is a big no. Okay. Why? 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 Why do not I provide certification? Okay. Okay. I can give you a specially handcrafted certification saying that you are the world best person in the world. Okay. Just by saying that, you may not be the best person, or even though I say you that, hey, you know probably everything. No, that will also be of no use. Okay. Instead, we will focus on building production grade projects. Okay. Production grade projects. Production grade products. This production grade basically means it will be enterprise ready. Okay. When I say enterprise, it will be that level. Here in this batch, I'll tell you one thing, right? You need to spend some amount of money for cloud. Okay. Obviously, we'll try to minimize the spending, but just to try something, right? Let's say that we build one project, and tomorrow we have a project in this specific bootcamp where we will be scaling, right? Scaling from 500 users to 10,000 users. We will show you that practically in the cloud, right? And this scaling, right? When we talk about scaling, it is specifically when we are building some kind of enterprise ready application, right? But we will try to see this. Wherever free credit is possible, we will tell you in that particular case, but at least some amount of money you need to spend for the cloud. That is the reason, you want this completely industry grade, right? That is what we have seen, the vision behind this specific batch, right? So you need to spend some. That is the harsh truth that I'm actually going to make. If you see, many people ask me, Krish, how it is done in this, how this enterprise grade application is basically built, you know, how we scale it, how we make sure that we Dockerize it, how do we create the CI/CD pipeline, how do we, because you have joined this batch probably to do this, right? Not just build a simple application on top of this and just deploy and just see. No, on top of that, how we can basically make it enterprise ready, how we can add LLM evaluations, how we can add guardrails, observability, so many different tools are there, right? Yes, AWS will be one. We may also use Google Cloud. I want to probably go ahead and show you multiple variants, right? Along with multiple frameworks. Okay. So that will be there. Clear till here? Till now, super excited. I hope whatever you are expecting from this particular batch, you have that feeling. Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah. So it will be. You just give me, because we are working really, really hard. When we go ahead and show you the syllabus, right, you'll get a clear idea like what level of things that we are going to do in this. And obviously, many people may be thinking, is this an easy boot camp? The answer is no. Do you think this is an easy boot camp? No. You need to spend some time. You have to spend time, right? Obviously, we will be teaching on Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes when things are not working through your way, uh, you need to sit and understand things. Yes, see, this boot camp is specifically for those people who know something before, right? And we will talk about the prerequisite here, right? But you need to spend time in building things. You may face challenges, and we may make you face challenges like how we face things in industries, right? Tomorrow, our main aim is very simple. After this particular boot camp, the things, anytime you go for the interview, right? Easily, you'll be able to crack it. Easily, you will be able to crack it, right? Nowadays, many people ask about RAG. When they just ask about RAG, right, you will be telling 10 different things. Trust me, that level of bootcamp, that level of RAG topics we have just put, just one topic, right, to make you just understand what all things will basically happen in RAG. what all things we'll be doing, how we will be doing. Okay, if this is the scenario, what all things we can do. So that 100 different types of scenario we'll be doing practical way, and you'll just love it. The only thing that I want from you, please sit throughout the class. I know things may get boring, and obviously you will feel boring because there will be so many things that will be coming in front of you. Obviously we'll be taking it very slowly, we'll make you understand things, but at least a kind of expectation from you is that you have to sit in this particular boot camp and learn from us in a proper way, right? Clear, everyone? Right? No, I'm again telling you, this batch will not be easy. It will be a difficult one, and you have to come and sit in that way itself. Right? Many people who wants to probably sell this bootcamp, they'll say, hey, it's an easy batch, anybody can do it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, hey, if you're coming for this, right, please devote that particular time that is actually required. Obviously, on weekends, you are going to spend around 6 to 7 hours, right, in the class. Okay. But in the weekdays, at least try to spend 10 to 12 hours, because tomorrow you want to go ahead and start a startup, you're thinking of a specific idea, you want to probably go ahead and work in a company, you want to work as an architect, you want to probably work as a senior role, specifically technical role, right? See, nowadays, don't you think writing code is very important? Yeah. I mean, writing code has become very, very easy. Yes or no? Just imagine, no? Don't you think coding has become very easy? Yeah. And as LLM models become better, don't you think it will become much more easy? Yeah. But let's say that you went ahead and built this product. Okay, perfect. You have given Claude code, or you have given anything. Let's say this is an AI agent, you have built it. Right? That easy how it is, right? You just go and say Cloud code, hey, this is the plan, go and make this particular agent, this is my workflow, go and solve it. Done. This is done. Okay, this is doing your work. You give the input, you get the output. But do you think that you're going to use this product in a local level? Do you think you're going to use this product in the local level? The answer is no. So the future is how you can take this product as an enterprise grade ready, or how you take this product into production, how you take this product into production in such a way that your fundamental of AI security is very clear over here, and it is implemented with that. And in AI security, many things comes: AI governance, guardrails, LLM evaluation, observability, right? See, what is the main aim of this specific course, right? If you are creating this, right, we will be learning everything in such a way that we create a virtual doctor who knows what is basically happening inside the specific product and how it is actually working. Ins and outs, why this AI agent is not performing, what we have to make it do to perform well, better, how we can optimize things, that, and how do we go ahead and do the deployment. So many amazing things will be there. Okay. Sorry, what do you mean when you say local level? Aryan, come on. If you don't understand local level, basically in your laptop, do you think you're going to create this AI agent and run it in your laptop? No. It will be in a level that millions of people will be using those product, right? Millions of people should be using. And considering this this entire enterprise application is in mind, that we have also implemented AI governance, we have implemented AI securities, we have implemented many more things. We have to make this AI agent work well in a boundary. So we have to definitely create some kind of boundary and make it work well. Agree, everyone? Yeah. Yes. Super amazing. Great. Right? So this is what we have actually spoken about, and I've also told about you need to give time. This is not for freshers. This is for at least some experienced people, who is willing to go one step ahead, who is willing to go one step ahead and learn new things. Understood? Yes? Shall I go with the next step now? Okay? Perfect. Now let's go with the dashboard. Okay, so now, okay, one more thing. I will go through this entire syllabus, okay, what all things we are going to learn just in some time. But before that, did everybody get this dashboard access? Yes. Learn.krishnakacademy.com. Log in with your email or phone number, whatever you have given. Okay. And I will just go ahead and talk about the specific dashboards and where all things you'll be able to see the content. No Discord, nothing. Only everything is just in one platform, guys. And again, it's a humble request. Even your friend says you to join some WhatsApp group because you want to probably study in a group, which is never going to happen that. Or they'll tell you, hey, come and join this particular Discord or that. Please don't do that. We have made sure that we have a platform where everything is in one place. Don't waste your time. You have come here to spend in such a way that you learn things and you get a job. You learn things, you probably go ahead and crack a job, right? Yes. In this course, we'll be taken only by Shoranshu or see, Shoranshu will be there, Divesh will be there. They will be continuously taking all the sessions and making sure that every research part is also basically covered up, right? So Divesh is also doing his PhD, okay? And Paul is already there in that particular research where he's implementing and developing new things, okay? Perfect. So what is the first section? If you go ahead and click feed, right? Yeah. So now I will just go ahead and write, this feed is just like your LinkedIn feed. Okay. So I will say, hello all, welcome to the induction session. Okay. Now, after I publish this, do you see this specific message over here? Yes. Yes. Do you see this? So this is a feed. Let's say tomorrow you develop something, you want to share it with your friends, you go ahead and post it over here like how you actually do in LinkedIn. Okay. So now if you just go ahead and reload it, I think many people will be able to see this specific post. If you go down, welcome to the induction session. You can see thanks for the session also given, right? 2 likes have also come, right? Sir, I'm not able to write in the feed. You'll be able to write over here, right? Whichever batch access you have, only in that particular batch access. And this is only with respect to a specific batch, right? Right now in advanced route, I want to probably go ahead and post it. I can post it. If you have access to multiple batches, you'll be able to do it. Okay. So this is the feed section. It is just like LinkedIn, whatever you're learning, go ahead and post it, do multiple things, whatever things you really want. Okay. This is just to make sure that a kind of brand building is like somebody likes your demo. Some person may go ahead and message you, contact you, do multiple things. Okay. The second section is something called as workshop. So what is this workshop session, everyone? I hope everybody is able to see this. Workshop session. It's very simple. Whatever sessions are scheduled every Saturday and Sunday will be visible over here, right? So for this particular Sunday session, you'll be able to see there. And as soon as I on the webinar, this will be highlighted, right? So 15 minutes before the time, you'll be able to see that this will also get highlighted and you can directly click over here, join, and you'll be entered into the webinar. Okay, clear? So every sessions that is basically conducted, you'll be able to see that over here itself. Along with this, we also send you a mail. Let's say sometime the mail may go to spam or junk. At any point of time, just go to learn.krishnakacademy and go ahead and do this. Okay. Yes. Clear? I don't access to any batch feeds because you're not a part of any other batches, right? Perfect. Clear. Now, one more very important thing. How many of you have downloaded the iOS and Android app of Krishnak Academy? Have you done that? If you have not done that, please go ahead and do it. Because the best thing is that sometime you may be traveling. In that particular app also, you'll be able to see all the videos, the courses, whatever things you want on the go. Okay. So wherever you want to go ahead and download it, either in Android and all, just go to krishnak.in and at the top, you'll be able to see iOS and Android app. Go ahead and download it, install it. The main aim of the app is that you may also get notification before the sessions and all. If there is any important notification also, we will be going ahead and putting it over there. Clear? Very simple till now, till How's the induction session going on, everyone? I hope so you're super excited. Can you give me some ratings for that? 5 out of 5 in clarifying everything and explaining you things, how things are going over here. Yeah. And very simple, very things are there, right? Yeah. Perfect. 5 out of 5. Good. Perfect. 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 Now the next session, next thing is that after workshop, do you see something called as course section? Do you see this particular course? Yes. So if you go ahead inside this, right now the session is basically going on. You'll be able to see that once you go ahead and click on continue, here your orientation video will get uploaded after the session is done. After the session, we have to wait for 24 hours. The reason is very simple because whenever, okay, let me explain you this. Okay. So when we take the session, right, let's say if we are starting at 8 p.m. IST, okay, this will be going till 11 p.m. IST. The class will be going ahead. And then we may have 2 hours doubt clearing session. Okay. So this overall is around 5 hour session, 5 to 6 hour session. So usually induction session goes for even longer. Now these hours, this many number of hours of session, this is getting recorded. Okay. Recorded in Zoom. But in order to get this video out, the Zoom will be processing this particular video. So it may take some amount of time. So what we say that after the live session, within 24 hours, obviously we try to do it within 6 hours. Okay. But we, in the worst scenario, we say that within 24 hours, the recordings will be available in your dashboard. Clear? Everyone? Clear? So within 24 hours, the recording will be available. Where it will be available? Inside your course dashboard. So let's say this is the orientation session on 19 July. So tomorrow, before this particular session, or I don't know, till morning only 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, our team is continuously looking and seeing that whether the Zoom recording is completed or not. Then they will upload it over here and that video will be available over here. Clear? Very simple. So you can just go ahead and watch that specific video. The best part about the video is that you can also use speed mode to probably go ahead and move it forward, and all the options are there in our media player. Clear? Everybody clear? Can I get a quick yes? Yeah? Yes? Perfect. Great. Now, this was about our course dashboard. Okay? So the course dashboard. Don't worry about this level up right now. Level up is something we were planning for hackathons and all, but hackathon we have created a separate platform which we will be sharing once your batch starts. Okay, where you need to register for the hackathon. And our plan is basically to keep hackathon and give you rewards also. Let's say we give you cash prize, we give you the entire AI Pro access, whoever does well, right? So those kind of things we'll do every month as soon as some specific modules is basically completed. Clear? Yeah? Yes? Yeah? Perfect. Now the next thing is that we go ahead and see this messages section. Now what is this messages section? The answer is very, very simple. This messages is your community messages, whatever peer-to-peer communication you really want to do over here with respect to implementing things and all. You can go ahead and chat it over here. Let's say tomorrow you have a new doubt, you may have not attended the session, you wanted to probably go ahead and do some more things over here and all, you can go ahead and have a communication. Okay. So this is basically everywhere. Like the entire community chat is basically on the, wow, guys, you have messaged so many times, So I'm getting this something went wrong, right? So how many message you want to probably do? It's okay. Yeah, we understood. Okay. Don't make it as a WhatsApp group. Okay. It's okay.
Krish sir? Krish sir, your voice is breaking. Not breaking,
Just
actually.
check your mic, I think. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, now better.
Okay. Now clear?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I moved my mic a lot. Okay. So this was all about the dashboard. Okay. But now, is everybody clear with the dashboard? Do you see any other batches? Nothing, right? The dashboard is created in such a way that you should not get any disturbance. I'm not promoting any other course over here or doing anything over here. Do you see that? Only the things that you have joined, you will be probably coming over here, learning over here, and going out of it. My main aim is, guys, quickly do the course dedicatedly, put that 6 months. Trust me, if you promise yourself and just put 4 to 5 months, I will give you a guarantee that you will be able to crack any kind of jobs in the industry that is currently required. Okay. So it's a request, guys. Please make sure that you follow the session. Okay. Now, the next thing over here, one very important thing. Okay. How many of you knew me in 2018? How many of you knew me in 2018? Okay. How many of you knew me in 2015? 2015? Nope. Right? 2018, I think many people know me because from 2018, I started uploading YouTube videos. I started putting LinkedIn post, right? LinkedIn post. This all I became active in social media in short. Okay. Now, why I'm saying you this? See, I've been working in this IT industry from 2011. You know, from when I'm actually working in the AI industry. You know, my first AI project I got it in 2013. Okay, not 2012. 2012, I was working in .NET and normal web application I was developing. Okay. Now, from this 2018 to 2018, sorry, 2013 to 2018, here are 5 years, right? I've spent proper 5 years in learning AI, doing AI projects and all, and did multiple projects itself. Okay. I've done this. Okay. Now, why I'm telling you this, please listen to me. Okay. Just give me 5 minutes. Okay. Just 5 minutes. Then I will give the session to Paul to discuss more about the subjects. Now, within this 5 years, right, I worked very hard. I did so well. I implemented multiple projects. I even developed my own ML algorithms. And right now it is being used in many, many products, specifically in my previous companies and all. I did this. But here, no one knew me. Do you agree? No one knew me. Okay. Now, why I'm saying you no one knew me over here, fine, no one knew me. So my only work was that I have to probably get up in the morning, go to office, come back, do the development, come back home, done. Right? So I was having that job where I'm actually focused on doing that dedicated work of developing application. Okay. But from 2018, I thought, okay, why not share whatever knowledge I have with the entire audience? Right? Now, because of this, slowly, my audience started increasing. People got to know that, okay, Krish knows this many number of things. And it is obviously good to either study from him or consult from him or do this specific work or call for corporate training, do multiple things itself. Right? And trust me, guys, within 2018 to 2020, so many different amazing opportunities were coming in front of me. Now, why this was possible? Can anybody tell me? Here it was not possible, no? Here no one called me for corporate training. Yeah, I had given one. Okay, I'll tell you one more thing. 2017, I was giving offline training. Okay, offline training in AI and all. But why I did this from 2018 to 2020, I got so many opportunities. Why? Because I was sharing my knowledge to the entire community out there. What was I doing? I was sharing knowledge. I was sharing knowledge to the entire community. Many people were liking it, some people were scolding, but it's okay. You also improve, right? I'm not a person who can go on stage and talk anything at that point of time. In 2018, no, I was very shy person. When I was going to the stage to talk, my legs used to shiver. But now you tell me anywhere without preparation, I can go and talk. And I can talk for multiple hours. I can even make the audience laugh. Right? Now, why this is possible? Because my only agenda was that I should share knowledge. Once you share knowledge, you started focus on building your brand. So brand building is one of the very important thing. Now, because of this, many people started communicating with me for work, for doing consultancy, for doing corporate trainings, for doing multiple things, right? Then you get more and more opportunities. Why you're doing brand building? Simple. Get more opportunities. That's it. Right? Obviously, job is one thing. But nowadays, in jobs also, they say that please try to connect with more people. Please try to connect with more people. You have a lot of discussion, right? What is sales and marketing team all about, right? All are about connections, right? Sales is clearly connections. Agree? So, will you promise me tomorrow? Just imagine once you do this boot camp for 4 to 6 months and you start sharing your knowledge from the first month itself. Don't you think once you develop an enterprise grade application and you show that, hey, I've scaled from this many number of users to that many number of users, don't you think someone from anywhere in LinkedIn or anywhere may contact you because they may also have the same kind of work and they are not able to do it with their team? Yes or no? Yes? True, right? So, this is why you should start sharing your knowledge. I have a very simple proverb, which I have even in my bedroom. I have made a big poster. Okay, I don't know. I'll say this is mine because I've never seen this thought. Okay, share knowledge before it becomes meaningless. Now, how many of you agree with this statement? Share knowledge before it becomes meaningless. Have you seen this kind of thought anywhere? Please do let me know. I don't want, some people may say, sir, ye to copied hai. I've not copied this, guys. This is what I have actually been saying from 2017, right? Why it is I'm saying meaningless? No, see, I'm not saying that that knowledge went somewhere else. Somebody came and see, if I did not teach you machine learning, someone may come and teach you machine learning, right? If I had not started my YouTube channel, already many people have started the YouTube channel, right? The way that I have taught may be an added advantage for you all. Clear, right? So for me, sharing the knowledge has become meaningful, right, in my life. Yes. So for me, it has become meaningful. So there is a lot of thought behind it, but again, we'll discuss on some other time since today is just the induction session. Otherwise, I'll keep on going ahead. Okay. Clear? Right? Now, let's go towards the next step. What do you think are the prerequisites? Don't worry, guys. I will also come and take some other topics like LLM gateways and all. I will also take. Don't worry. Okay. So I'll come in some of the sessions and take. Okay. Many people are please take some modules. Okay. Don't worry. Let me come. Okay. Okay. What are the prerequisites? What are the prerequisites? Can anybody tell me now? Paul, quickly, fast, tell me in 5 seconds what are the prerequisites?
I think everybody should be good in Python. The most important thing, they should be familiar with deep learning. Machine learning, again, it's not so much important as many people are telling it. Machine learning is not
It is good
important
to have
neither.
machine learning knowledge. See,
Yes, if you know
anyhow,
it's good.
good.
That's
NLP.
working with APIs, Python and take. Yes, those things comes under Python completely. Transformers architecture, no, we will teach Transformers 101 as the first module.
So
So
Paul, what he did is that he told that he's going to take some sessions on transformers also. Okay, so that you get that start from there. Okay. Okay, so if you have this much remaining, all you need to know how to develop things here. That's it. Okay. And on top of that, yes, we will be talking, but it will be a more practical oriented course. This is a heavy practical oriented course. Okay. Heavy practical oriented course. Please do. I'm again mentioning, Paul, I hope you also agree with this. Heavy practical
complete.
oriented course. You may be thinking, no, we are going to work on Jupyter Notebook. No, that is not the scenario. Complete modular code, doing things in a way that it will be. You will be seeing, will be building projects. That projects will be somewhere like this. Let me show you if I have some. Okay. So it will be like this kind of projects you'll be able to see. This is one LLM gateway thing I was actually working on. Okay. So here you can see gateways and all are there, right? And I'm working along with Cloud Code, right? Coding part is easily done, but the remaining part, how to make it enterprise grade ready, we will be learning all those things, right? Yeah, we will not do even vibe coding. We will do manual coding, but you need to understand the code at least, right? Clear? Clear, everyone? So prerequisites overall, a good amount of knowledge with respect to Python. You need to know deep learning. You need to know NLP, basics of generative AI, right? That will be more than sufficient to get started. I hope it is sufficient, right, Paul? Paul, again, your voice, I think it did not.
Yes, sir, it's more than enough.
Okay, perfect. Now, Paul, you can take this syllabus and you can discuss what all things you are going to teach and how things are
All
going to.
all right.
Okay, guys. So Paul will be continuing and discussing what all main topics, how they'll be talking. But can everybody promise you'll start sharing knowledge? You'll start sharing knowledge in LinkedIn, wherever it. Share your knowledge. Tag me so that I'll push your profile forward. We'll get to know many people who will be interested in learning with you, working with you, and all. All my mentors were our students at one point of time. Now they are mentors in our institutes. Why do we prefer them? Because the way that we have taught them, similar way they will be imparting their knowledge to you all, right? So every mentors you'll be seeing, they were one student, now they are beautiful mentors. They're doing amazing work everywhere, from corporate trainings to doing multiple things, to building even application. Yeah. Okay, Paul, I think you can go ahead and you can take this discussion of the syllabus.
All right. All right, guys, please let me know if my screen is visible or not. Everyone. Yes, it is visible, and I think everybody has seen the web page. I think as you were enrolling it. All right. So now, majorly, if you look into, so we have 16 modules. Okay, the initial 8 modules are hard, and the rest modules, I can say that it will be much easier. And yeah, in the initial 16, as I told you, the initial 8 to 10 modules will be much harder, and the total 5 capstone projects that we have. I'll be talking about the projects also, and majorly like 25 plus papers that I have kept it, because I felt that there are more papers, but it's not possible to discuss every paper. I will be giving you the rough idea, the abstract of it, and what is the main core purpose. It means that how that paper actually transformed things. So, for example, anything that is getting launched, if you look into the recent launches of this week, can anybody let me know in the chat which model that got dropped? Uh, what are the for the past 2 weeks? Let's take the timeline a little bit. Kimi 3, all right. Kimi 3, Fable, no, Fable. Previously, it has already been dropped. Soul, Terra, correct. Kimi, all right. One guy who is this who told about that? Vigneshwar Kandia. Really good. I was actually looking for that link. Inkling. Okay. Inkling is the model from Thinking Machines. Uh, Maria Moratti, previous OpenAI CEO from there. Okay, no, not the Quinn family. Yes, Grok 4.5 again. All right, not GLM 5.2. I was talking about just last 7 days. You have to be very active. Like, what are the models that are getting released? What are the open source models? So, we'll be talking about the main papers, because whenever you look into a model, they are using the fundamental architectures. Okay, whether for attention, if I talk about in Kimi K3, if you look into, there are certain variants based on the previous paper. It means that the paper has been released 4 months back, and now they have actually applied it. So we'll be talking in that. Okay, so a lot of research things that I'll be telling you, and we need to be very, very active because every week something is happening. Because I feel that in the next coming 2 weeks, you will be getting the main DeepSeek model launch also. Okay, because DeepSeek V4, it's a very, very successful. I have used it a lot because it's the cheapest one. They have been giving 75% off on their APIs, but I can say that it's really great. So the idea is that you guys should know at least what are the major models which are coming. Okay, so that's why I'll be sharing those information with you always in the groups. Will we learn how to train an LLM and SLM? Yes, that part I am coming. Don't worry. Right now, I have not started showing you the syllabus step by step. Okay, so just wait. Till now, I have just given you the high level things. All right. So first of all comes the AI foundations. So first of all, we'll be talking about Transformers 101. This is 2017, and I think many of you might know it. So it will be just like a refresher. This entire module, because I feel that this is pretty much old stuff. Very less things are new. But I feel that this is the main foundation. Without this, you cannot proceed ahead. Okay, and majorly for this, the theoretical part and for the practical part will be completely using PyTorch. How many of you know PyTorch? Please let me know in the chat or heard about PyTorch. Because if you know deep learning, so I think the whole research community with respect to the implementations, PyTorch is the most common deep learning framework. Then comes Keras. Keras is much for easy for beginners, I can say. Keras TensorFlow ecosystem is also good. But in this course, we'll be using PyTorch. Always remember that going forward. Whatever the assignments that I'll be giving you, it will be completely based on PyTorch. Okay. Uh, PyTorch from Sumit Chintala. I heard PyTorch. I don't have a Python background. All right, but at least you need that because without PyTorch, it will become very hard. For the first module, practical part, the theory part, I will teach you. But actually, to write the code, you guys need to know PyTorch. So that's why, if required, probably one PyTorch refresher session that I can keep it just to give you the fundamentals. Okay, in a single session, if it's totally based on the polling. We'll take a poll in the live class, and based on that, I will take the decision that should we actually go. Because I feel that more than 50 to 60%, probably 30 to 40% might not be known to PyTorch. Because the first assignment that you will be getting, it will be completely based on PyTorch. So if you write the code, you need to pass all the test cases. Otherwise, you cannot submit the assignments. Okay. So that's why you should be good in PyTorch. So I feel that initially you might not be so much good, but with respect to more and more implementations, you will be better. Okay, that's the idea. So if required, I'll be taking a poll probably in the next class, and then I will take the decision that whether it's really required or not. Because this entire foundation will be coded. One option is NumPy, but really NumPy on GPUs it really doesn't work. We need to convert everything to tensors. So PyTorch is the best solution. Otherwise, you can use any other framework. See, it's not like that if I am only teaching you PyTorch, you should be doing it in PyTorch. You have to be smart and you can explore other frameworks also. It's totally open to me. You can let me know that, okay, I want to explore some other frameworks. Okay, really. You might use PyTorch Lightning. It's another wrapper based on top of PyTorch. Totally. Jax, really. I'm fan of Jax. Julia, really, I won't say Julia right now. But Jax, I can prefer it, Vavish. All right, so this is all about the first module where initially we will start with embeddings because first of all, you need to know a little bit about the history of embeddings, the attention mechanism, the self-attention, very, very important concept, multi-head attention. So this is just like the paper. It means that first of all, I will tell you the entire idea by hand, AI by hand. So everything I will write, I will be showing you how the matrices work, how the network is built, and then we will relate it to the actual paper, which is attention is all you need. So step by step, each of the modules of the first, because the first paper was based on MT task, which is machine translation. So based on that task, we'll be picking. Okay. And here we'll be doing a complete implementation from scratch. It means that from PyTorch which will be the fundamental building block. because this is the part where I feel that after this module, you should be good with PyTorch. The foundation will take at least, because the tokenization deep dive, 3 to 3 weeks at least it will take. Okay. All right. Now, is this part clear? The module one, please let me know. Because, okay, all right, I didn't talk about the tokenization deep dive part because I felt that this is very, very important. Every model has its own tokenization scheme. So you should know what are the different type, like BP is the most common one, the byte pair encoding, which is used by which type of models? Please let me know in the chat, people who have already a bit of NLP knowledge. Yes, BP is used by GPT based models. Correct. Okay. Then similarly, sentence piece when I'm talking about, sentence piece used by which family? Bird, exactly correct. So always like we'll be looking initially, we have to start with a journey where there were lesser models and soon that will change because we have a dedicated module of embedding also if you look into. Okay, so this is the actual representation learning and embedding systems where I'll be talking about much more in detail. Actually, what are the new things according to 2025? What is Matroshka embedding based learnings? Now, this is much more advanced where we'll be training our own custom embeddings. Okay, so we'll be taking some type of foundational models. We'll be having our data on top of that we can do that. So really, like this will be the depth part. But initially, we will start everything from scratch so that everybody can understand. Fine. Now comes prompt to programs. Why I kept this module above? Because I felt that if I keep prompts to programs at the last, really like a lot of the things that might be uh, little bit outdated because prompt engineering again, because right now, what is the move? Previously, it was prompt engineering. Then from prompt engineering, it moved towards context engineering. From context engineering, it moved to harness engineering. And right now, we are looking into loop engineering. But again, loop engineering is not like everybody, because I feel that few papers are there. But again, till harness engineering, concrete research is there. Okay, so that's why a big shift was there. So that's why I thought about let's start with a little bit of prompts. Everybody should be familiar. And then I have picked up the main libraries that I need for your later modules. For example, instructor outlines and DSPY. DSPY is from Stanford. I have kept this as a dedicated module because I felt that the prompt automation part. Many of you might ask you how to automate things. Okay, whenever you are working with prompts. So that's why I've kept this DSPY module from Stanford. So it's a very well-known module already used in production in many of the solutions. So that's why I've kept it from prompt to programs. The idea is that you should make controllable prompts at any point of time. Okay. So instructor and outlines, I don't know how many of you know about that. But these are also pretty important libraries which will come during your synthetic data generation part. Okay, but I can say that yes, this will be because prompt engineering is pretty much old stuff. But again, I thought about just giving you an overview and then actually dive into this will be the main module, which is actually making your prompts into controllable action programs. Okay, is this part clear? Everybody, please let me know. All right. In each module for each week, no, it's not like each week. Things can, it totally depends upon the concepts. If the concepts are completed, if the practicals, then only because some practicals can take time. We'll be using coding agents a lot. So I'll be telling you about that in a few time. What are the options that you can select right now, which are best in the market. TSPY had some vulnerability in the past. All right. I will let you know about that had some vulnerability, but again, already. Similarly, just like light LLM. Again, injection attacks were there, but again solved. Will you cover VLLM? Yes, for sure. Don't worry. I will come to that. VLLM we will cover, Siglang we will cover. So this course is not like everything in high level. Okay. So I hope the second module is clear for everyone. What is the main idea? So in simple terms, automatic prompt. I think this coming Friday, I'll be taking a webinar also. You can have a look there. I'll be talking about from prompt to program. So very similar thing that I'll be discussing in that webinar. All right, now the next and the most important thing. So in foundations, we already knew about things. Now the idea is let's start with the main part. So that's why first I have kept the fine-tuning transformers architecture. It means that let's try to fine-tune which is something old. Let's talk about 2021 and 2022. Like let's take Distal GPT or Distal BART, because I feel that these are the most common architectures that we should get started with. And these are knowledge distillation based foundational concepts that you should actually look into. So I've kept these two implementation. Very, very easy because directly the weights are available in Hugging Face. You just need to bring your data, convert them into supported format, and then you can actually start your training. Because till now, everything you can do it in your local and Google Cloud. Okay. So that's why I've kept it. This is the most basic level of fine tuning. Okay. With Distal GPT, but T5, because I'll be covering the three architectures: encoders alone, and decoders alone. Okay. All right, now coming to KV cache and attention variants. Now this is where things will get interesting. Okay, so first of all, what is the mean naive decoding problem? Then coming to flash attention, very, very important flash attention, because the normal attention is very, very slow. Okay, that's why there are different variants of attention. Okay, then comes multi-rate attention, grouped query GQA, MQA, multi-query, MLA used by DeepSeek, even used by Inkling, with cost launched. Say MLA has been used by many of the recent LLMs that you look into. So really, really, and then the KV cache and the memory math concept that I'll be telling you about. Now, this part, I feel that this is much more recent. It means that I'll be talking about 2025, 2024. It means that how these concepts, because these fundamental blocks, it means that previously you learned about simple attention. Now the idea is to make it much more advanced. Okay, so this is the advanced attention part. So slowly, slowly, it means that those things are not relevant right now in 2026. Even I know after 2 years or 3 years, even the things that I'm discussing, it won't be relevant so much. But few things I feel that MLA really played a crucial role. And here you can see that page retention and VLLM, even I'll be talking about page retention. I think DSPA is not there. Probably I can add DSP also. So totally fine up to that. Now, KV cache, very, very important because whenever you are working, uh, so you can allocate a dedicated amount of memory for the KV cache. So generally what I do, I allocate 10% of the GPU. Okay, if the LLM is running, so on top of that 90%, so little bit 10 to 15%, I can. Now, it totally depends upon. It means that from
Paul,
where you are getting in
Paul,
AI. Yeah.
just zoom in the screen more. No, people are not able to see. It's looking very dark. It seems.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's good. Continue.
All right. Look, now as we're talking about KV cache is a very important concept because it's not a common concept, because whenever you are working with APIs, every API providers has a different KV cache. No one knows that. So you have to actually look into the documentation. So let's take the example of Fireworks. Fireworks is a famous API provider. Okay. Similarly, if I say about Grok, let's take about OpenAI, let's talk about Anthropic. They have limits. Okay, and you have to respect the limits, and they even charge you for cash. I hope everybody knows about that. Each of the models, when you are actually working with, they charge you for cash. It's not completely free. Okay. Yes. So that's why I feel that KV cache now, even the new concept that came around like the last quarter of 2025 and 2026, which is KV sharing. But again, right now in research, few people are using it in production, but I will let you know. So it's always about knowing what are the new things, because the old things which have been successfully tested and used in production, I will let you know. But actually the research, people are moving towards KV sharing concept also. Then comes scaling laws, the most important thing, because I feel that this year, 2026, was the scaling laws of RL, reinforcement learning. And back in 2021, it was the scaling laws for LLMs or neural language models, if I really say, the language models that you are working with. Once that paper came, then actually we started building bigger and bigger models. So initially, what were the models? 1 billion, 2 billion, then slowly 30, 100, 300, now simply trillions of parameters. So that was one of the game-changing paper. So I feel that this year the scaling laws for reinforcement learning came. So that the era of reinforcement learning for the next 2, 3 years, it will be pretty much bright. That I feel. Because really, once the scaling laws comes, then actually you can scale things up. Previous to that, there were a lot of problems. So that's why the chinchilla laws, okay, and the training compute part with respect to any language models that. So this is research paper that I'll be talking about. So here a lot of research papers are there. It's not directly linked. I've kept it as a specific section. Okay, so that's why this was all about yours three. So this is where your foundations of your fine tuning is coming in it, because we'll be fine tuning something. Any model that is of 2026, I won't be touching anything from 2025. Okay, so that's why probably I might not go with ahead with Axo Onslaught. Probably I'll be using Axo. Okay, because really a lot of dependency issues are there. So that's why please let me know everybody. The module 3 part, is it clear what we are trying to do? We are starting with the basics. We will be looking into the recent components of language models and finally how to scale LLM, the mean scaling laws that comes in. All right. I think I don't remember whether there was a light theme or not, because very specifically during this website build time I told I need a dark theme. All right. I used 11. All right. Fine. So this was the module 3. Now we will move to the toughest module in your course, which is the fine tuning. Now, this is where, first of all, I have to provide you the entire landscape of fine tuning in 2026, the entire taxonomy. What are the things, what are happening, what are the different types of fine tuning strategies that we'll be looking into. Yeah. Then we'll be looking into pre-training. Now, pre-training is the part which I feel that uh, like we'll be working with foundational models, but you should know actually like how to do, because for pre-training, you need huge amount of data. Huge means huge. It's not like that with 10K, 20K, 30K, it is possible to build a good foundational model. Really, when I say that, at least the amount of data should be more than 500K at least. So even we'll be working with data more than 100K. All of our data sets that will be working. It means that I'll be combining multiple data sets based on the domain selection that we'll be doing in the class. Now, initially, the entire landscape of 2026, what are the frameworks, what are the tools, how to build your synthetic data sets. So that's why data preparation for fine tuning, very, very important part, because I feel that fine tuning is much easier, but rather than building the data set is much tougher task. How many of you agree on this? Please let me know, because my pain is always this part. And this is where actually not the engineers comes into the role. This is where your data annotators comes into the part. Okay, so like we'll be using some benchmark data sets. So I know that at least, okay. Now the preparation part with respect to different type of formats, because it's not the same data set will be supported by the Quen family, or the same data set will be supported. So probably you might need to do the format change. The alpaca formats is there. Okay, so based on Quen family selection, the Llama family selection, or the Liquid AI family selection. So based on that, I will let you know that, okay, now this is how things work. Okay, and that's why, and remember this data preparation, this is not a very small thing. This is really, really big part. And you have a dedicated fifth project, which is the synthetic data generation. I've kept it as the last major project, because this is the main problem. Fine tuning is not a problem. Always remember, data is the problem. If I ask you a simple question, let's take OpenAI or Anthropic. Now, really, you know how OpenAI collected the data or how Anthropic collected the data and built their model? Please let me know that. No, no, no. Reinforcement learning, no. right now. Even reinforcement learning is not part of this cohort also. I'll be talking about RL-based algorithms, but again, not part of this. All right. Comprehensive all things in one place. We can crack. So I was just asking the question. First of all, please respond to that. If I ask you what is the data set which was used by Claude or OpenAI, do you know about that? So it means that they do complete scrapping. That's why they have so much cases. Reddit already has a registered cases on OpenAI, on Anthropic, because they use bots and completely for data scrapping based tasks you need. Otherwise, you can't get so much big data. The entire Wikipedia, for Wikipedia, at least there is a data set also. But getting always the latest information. So really, I feel that uh, creating is little bit problem. Okay, so it means that to build a good model, a 1 trillion model, I need at least, let's take 80 GB of data. That is the bare minimum. Okay, 80 GB of data. Just think about if I am targeting a 1 trillion model. Okay, so that's why with respect to time, they introduce CPT, continuous pre-training, through which they keep on adding the data. So that's why whenever our model is launched, it will be having one specific parameter, knowledge cutoff date. How many of you heard about that? Every model has a knowledge cutoff date, because beyond that it doesn't move. It means that from there your agentic site which launches. So basically it will launch some web search tool, any type of LLM, if I say whether Fable, whether Kimi 3, everything. So that's why I'll focus on data preparation. Then come PEFT. PEFT, I feel that it is possible to do a lot of things in Google Colab. So little bit with respect to LoRa, QLoRa, AddLore, LoRa Plus, even the new papers for parameter efficient fine tuning. Okay, now this is where we will try to extend much more things. The papers from 2025 that we will take into account, because this is the first stage. We can always start with an SFT based task or a PFT based task. So any type of foundations for any type of fine tuning. Yeah, so that's why initially LoRa and QLoRa, they have been uh, back from 2023, I can say, but I can say little bit more and better algorithms that have came around in the PEP space. So we'll be exploring that particular space also. The JEPA, I will be talking about JEPA because really like, see, the JEPA research, Babish, as we were telling, it's totally led by Jan LeCun. I feel that JEPA has a lot of scope, the VL JEPA, I feel that, but again, in prod, see, Babish, you have to think about research and prod. There is like JEPA based implement, I really feel that JEPA has a really good success. I feel that it will be getting good, but again, it will take time, Babish. Okay, so right now, directly, I don't want to bring. Probably, I feel after 1 year. So you have to be just look into, because the entire Jaipur research is led by Jan LeCun. How many of you know Jan LeCun? Please let me know. Jan LeCun, yes. No, 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 no. How many of you know about GANs? GAN GAN. Father of deep learning is Geoffrey Hunter, not Jan LeCun. Okay, so from GANs, he was the main author of the paper. All right, so that's why PEFT part, then finally moving to SFT, because I feel that now the entire training, the fine tuning landscape is different. So you start with an SFT based task, then you move ahead with preference based alignment. So where we'll be talking about ORPO, GRPO, RLHA, PPO. So now this is the only place where reinforcement learning is there, because for preference alignment, little bit of reinforcement learning knowledge you need to have. But again, I won't be telling you that you need to really go into the fundamentals of Bellman equations and others. Really, that is 1950 stuff. But actually, when you start reinforcement learning, I'll be telling you that these are the best resources that you can actually look into. Okay, because again, to teach reinforcement learning another 3 months, 4 months it might take. So that's why we will be just using for our fine tuning task what is required. You have to understand, because that is the main part. We'll pick it and we will use it. We will just try to understand PPO, normal, BPO. How many of you know, like, these are gradient-based optimizations that we do? Okay, if you don't know, I will let you, because a lot of new things will come around. And right now, always remember when I say today, okay, I don't know after 3 months what are the things that will be deprecated. You have to really know about that. So, and what is the alternate replacement of that. So always when you are looking into the research, always be sure that you actually start looking from today's date. Now fine, once the preference alignment part is covered, then we will move ahead with the final. It means that after preference alignment, the model is ready. Okay. So once the model is ready, what we have to do? Next step that comes is means that the serving part. You have to do a model serving based task. Now in serving, quantization and the deployment prep module that we have kept it. Okay, so that's why I can say that now this is a part where you can use any type of machine. So for example, few people were writing that DGS Spark. Yes, you can use DGS Spark for inferencing, but not for fine tuning. Okay, because for fine tuning, it's very, very slow. Probably I might do a task within 6 hours, which a DGS part might take 48 hours or more than 56 hours on that. So really here we will be looking into the quantization part. Quantization is a very old concept, nothing new. Back from 2020 and 2021, we have been doing around. Now, what are the different type of quantization? AQ, GPDQ. Okay, now the different type of model formats, the inferencing. I think the BF format, I have missed it, but for sure we'll be working with BF16 and BF8 also. Then merging different type of LoRa adapters before serving. Now, this topic initially I'll be covering it inside your PEPT only. Then comes the inference frameworks, VLLM and LLM. Okay, now I think these are the major two frameworks, but there are some other options also. Like, how many of you know about AR LLM? Anybody has heard about AR LLM? Okay, because see, frameworks are there. How many of you have heard about deep speed? See, it's not about a single, there are so many things. I've just picked up which in GitHub there the community has really accepted and they are using. Okay, so now from there you can move into, because I can say that every framework has its own pros and cons. It means that there is a certain feature which is not available in some other framework. So if you need that specific feature, probably you might need to move into that framework or probably do a complete custom implementation. Those are the only two options that we can have. Okay, so deep speed, yes. Can you please the tentative idea? So exactly timeline I cannot, because as we start, first of all, I have to look into the flow of the content exactly, how you guys are taking it, how you guys are actually doing your assignment every week. So based on a lot of, but I feel that this will be coming around your uh, the last of second month or the starting of the third month. Okay, so that will be the main time for your fine-tuning model, a rough estimated idea. Anderson. All right, then coming to tools and frameworks, really like Hugging Face TRL. I hope everybody knows about TRL. The whole community has been using it. Transformers Reinforcement Learning is the name of the library. So there you have multiple supports, SFT, DPO, GRPO, ORPO. So my favorite is Axotel. Okay, so I will be using Axotel a lot, but you are totally open to any other frameworks. You might say that, okay, Paul, you are teaching an Axotel, I want to do it on slot. Totally up to you. I have no issue. See, frameworks should not be like that. It should be treated that, okay, now this is the only one. Okay, the idea is that you should explore it on your own. Why I prefer Axotel? Because all the types of fine tuning I can do it in a single framework. I really don't need to switch. Whereas for Unsloth, really a lot of switching and even a lot of transformers dependencies are there. That's why I don't prefer. Okay. Now, definitely, the only problem is that I'm not aware of this and hope to learn it. Don't worry, guys. See, lot of you might not be knowing. We have planned the syllabus in that way that I know that probably at least 20 to 30% of the syllabus might not be known. But I can say that slowly with respect. That's why we will spend more and more time in this part. Because I feel that if you know this part, then that I can say, see, people who are actually looking for a good switch. Let's take the example from 20 to 30 LPA if you are looking for that 80, 90. Now this is where this things come, because I'll be telling you how to serve LLMs. And then parallelly how to, for example, for 1,000 users, you have built it, let's try to serve it. At least 1,000 users can do it. Then we can scale it up. That is the cloud infra part. But at least the model should be good so that at least it can handle that. So in that way, we will be moving ahead. Now, Together AI and AWS SageMaker, these are managed fine tuning. Really, I will just let you know, but I will never do a managed fine tuning. It doesn't make sense for me because you just need to upload the data set and your fine tuning will start. Do you think that you really? But I will be telling you about that. Together AI, very, very good platform to get everything. You can get your APIs also from their complete managed fine tuning services, but I will let you know. But that won't be my priority. That's why I kept it at the last. Llama Factory, again, a good framework. I can say it has been used by a lot. No code web UI. Again, a good project, but again, you will be sticking around a lot with Axotle because my preference, personal preference will be Axotle, but you are totally open to explore other. It means that if I'm working on a project and if I showed you the fine tuning on Axotle, you can do it on Llama Factory or on Sloth. At the end, what matters to me is your final fine-tuned model that you are building. So please explore the other things. Okay, it's not only the things that I am teaching. You can always let me know. Okay, Paul, this got launched and this project. There are around 5K GitHub stars. Can we look into this? In that way, I can always take your inputs, but always come with something which is little bit accepted by the community. Okay, it should be active, and that way we can take up things because I know in the next 6 months there will be a lot of things which will be that we can always add it in our syllabus. All right, then comes the synthetic data generation part. Now, previously, as we have started here, we'll be talking about different type of tools, digital label, data dreamer, Agila, how to build a final, building a domain SFT data set. Okay, because for a medical, let's take the example for medical. I know a lot of data sets are there as the Gemma models have been trained on them, MedGemma and others. We can easily get, and then we can build a pipeline. It means that you just feed your data and finally, based on your requirements, you will be directly getting your final process data. Now, this is where actually who works lesser AI engineers, much more data engineers comes into the system who work for LLM-based data preparation tasks, where they have silver, bronze, multiple categories in their engineering pipelines. All right, now if you are actually working with synthetic data sets, you need LLM as a judge for sure because you need to do the evaluation. If something has been created by AI, do you need a panel of experts at least to verify it, yes or no? Please let me know that. Because whatever the AI is generating blindly, nobody trusts it. You need to do the verification. So that's why I'll be letting you know LLM as a judge has three to four different paper variants. Like it can be a jury also. Okay. A panelist based concepts are also there. I will let you know about that because LLM as a judge concept will even come during your RAG and agent based system. All right. Now, let's move because this is the core fine-tuning part. Okay. The module 4. Please let me know, guys, how many of you understood, like, what will be the main journey that we'll be taking for mod 4? Because this is the toughest one. And here, like, see, again, let me just open my editor once. Okay. Because parallelly even I want to let you know, so for example, like you will be working with APIs a lot, so what is the best option to go ahead with? See, like I'm not talking about free providers, that is not my priority. I think everybody knows about Gemini and Grok because it is 2026 and I hope. But right now, the major coding agents that I'll be working with is one is Open Code Go and Command Code. They are really, really cheap. You can actually look into $1. You can get your plan started. Really worth it to have a look, or a $10 plan. Because for a synthetic data generation, you need to spend. Without APIs, I cannot create the data set. I hope you get it. Okay, so just wait if I try to keep it in this way. Just wait. Okay, please let me know this part. Because if you are actually building your own synthetic data generation part, okay, if you want to build 100K data set, you need APIs, and for those APIs, who will provide you? So the best option, then the cheapest option, I always work with Open Code Go. Okay, you can use direct APIs also. Now, this is the lowest cost models that you have. Okay, so like you can start with a $5. Now, this can be configured with anyone. So, like I have personally used it and I felt that it's more than enough for a student if you are actually doing it. It's more than enough. But the cheapest one, like for example, if you are working with DeepSeek V4 Pro, I work with this model a lot because then you will be always under the limits as compared to working with Kimi 3 or Grok, as you can see. Okay, so like open code is one option for your class. The other one is command code. I don't know how many of you know about command code. This is also a good service that I have tested. Here also you have a $1 plan. Okay, so like because you need to work with a coding agent. Okay, in $1 you get close to $10 of credits for DeepSeek V4. These are also the options that you can always play with. Otherwise, OpenAI guys and Anthropic guys, really nothing to say to you. So totally fine. Like I will personally using OpenAI and Anthropic APIs a lot, but you can because see, using a model, I will tell you which tier of model should you select, and based on that, you can use any the Chinese family, the open source US family. You can use the closed family, totally up to. Okay, so it's no restriction on model selection because I don't want to restrict you because it's totally to your choice. Whatever the subscription, everybody is using some type of AI subscription. That's why I'm telling you what are the cheapest options. So this $1 plan is really good. It makes sense, and the open code go in the market. They are the cheapest. There are some other third-party providers that you can explore and let us know if you find any. I know about OpenFerence. Then you have your Electron Hub. Okay, but you can explore it on your own. So you'll be working with APIs a lot. And if you're working with APIs, I hope everybody knows that you can work with coding agents. You don't need a Claude code subscription or a codec subscription. Directly attach your API, pass your API key, and configure it with any type of coding agents. Yes or no? I think you guys should be smart on that. Kimchi.dev, I actually saw it in Reddit. But see, really, the main problem with third-party providers is that speed. Okay, always remember the speed is also matters. The token per second. Sometimes I feel that they might decrease it. So always look into your service providers, do a detailed verification. A lot of providers are there in the market, but really, that can be. So that's why initially I can say with that. I'll be also working with OpenAI a lot. But few places DeepSeek V4 Pro will be one of my favorite. But again, you have to understand it totally depends upon the task whether you need a multimodal support or not. Because DeepSeek doesn't have the multimodal support. That's why. I think in the coming next 2 weeks, DeepSeek will be launching. As I saw the Chinese community pretty much active and they are providing the grayscaling on each of the accounts that we have. So I feel that yes, in the next 2 months, the new model will be launched and the price of DeepSeek will rise. Okay, so that's why. Now, here, as I've told you about the APIs part, now coming to the GPUs part. Now, for GPUs, is this part clear? First of all, with respect to APIs, use any API. I'm not restricting you. The idea is that I will tell you, like, just be sure they are OpenAI compatible. Majorly, all the providers are, and the other is Anthropic compatible. There are two options in the market, and so you can configure any API. But always, I will suggest get an API you need at some point, not in the initial 1 to 2 months, but you need it for your own practice, assignments, working with coding agents. You should be good with that. Start with open code, really good. Okay, install the necessary plugins if you need. I will let you know what are the necessary plugins as a AI engineer. Okay, and you can actually start up your main work. How much additional expenses? It totally depends. It's totally flexible. It means that if you don't want to fine tune Akhil, then nothing. If you don't want to, just want to see the lecture. But if you want to do only 10% of the fine tuning, then probably the 10% of the GPU. It means that you just launch the GPU, started the training, epoch one, stop, done, and then you close it. Okay. Then few students might do it for 50 epochs and they will test their model. Okay. So that's why it's totally up to you. How much? There is no limitation because GPU part I will come. But the API part, is it clear for everyone? We need APIs. So that's why whatever the cheapest API from Xiaomi, you have the MIMO models. So that is also good. You can pick up. They are also decent models. Okay. So always remember, based on your task, do the model selection. It's not like blindly select a Fable model. Okay. Or you are going ahead with Soul Max. That is not the objective. Always based on the task, decide whether it's hard or not, or any of the large language model can do it. Otherwise, you can switch to an open source model also. Gemini is free, yes, totally. You guys can use Gemini. All right, Gemini's embedding model is really, really good. I'm really fan of that. Okay, but personally, like start working with coding agents if you have not started. That is the main thing. And use customized agents. My favorite one will be O. My, how many of you used OMP? Yes, how many of you used OMP? See, these are the main my favorites that I always use. Okay, but I keep my S star category always goes to OMP and Droid. Okay, so I have been using Droid for a long, long time. Really, that is actually an S star. Whereas Cloud Code and the others, I keep it at little bit on the lesser side. All right, fine. Hermes is also good, but I'm a less Hermes user. Okay, Hermes is also good. I have no issues with that. Hermes also, I will be keeping it in the next step, not in the most mature one. I can say is Zoid, and then comes OM, and after that, Cloud Code Codex. Anything that you added, it means that are you a power user or not? You have to always decide. Are you a simple user just writing prompts, or you need more customizations based on that? I am telling. These are all the agents part. Okay. You can select anything. Otherwise, see, CC, I will write it Cloud Code and Codex completely fine. Kimi is also fine. Kimi code is also good. Or Codewell is also good. Because I personally use my selection. I use Droid, I use Cloud Code, I use Kimi, and I use Open Code, but sometimes because again it totally depends upon whether I need some plugins or not based on that particular decision. Kiro I don't use. Okay, again, not so much mature. Generally, we don't keep it in the top tier. Need powerful laptop? No, you don't need a laptop. Okay, I am coming to the GPU's part. Okay, now this was all about the APIs and coding agent, and the main API that I will suggest. Please stick with DeepSeek. Okay, V4 Pro. I don't know whether the price gets increased in the coming 2 weeks, but I feel that the Chinese models will also be costlier. It won't be because the GLM family, Zifu.ai, okay, the Z.ai, they have already increased their pricing models a lot as compared to the last Christmas, I can say. So I feel that the price will increase. Kimi has already done the announcement that in the next 3 to 4 days, they will be completely changing their plans. The cheapest option is like DeepSeek V4. The other one family that I really prefer is Minimax. I don't know how many of you use Minimax. Really the most budget friendly model that you can get it. Okay, really good. You take their token plan of $20, really. Like, at least if you are using 5 hours every day, then it makes sense. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So that's why Minimax M3, that's these two Chinese models we will be using a lot. So that's why I will suggest you. You can use anything, but these are the cheapest options that I'm letting you know right now. Hemant Kumar, Minimax M3, all right, best for agentic coding. Really, like Minimax M3 is not really good at agentic tasks. Okay, if you look into the benchmarks and SWE benchmarks, you will get to know that. like Kimi 2.7 code is much better than that in the Chinese family, or JLM 5.2, it's in a different category. Okay, but I will always let you know because I do test out multiple APIs, multiple things. Okay, so that's why these are the main coding agents and the APIs for that app. Now, for your entire model 4, you need GPUs. So you need GPU providers. Now, for GPU providers, see, the idea is from wherever you are getting the cheapest GPU, that should be your priority. It means that from wherever the task that I am doing. So one of the best options that you can get is Vaz.ai. Okay, now this is really that I prefer the cheapest one in the market that you can get. But if you need something, because here, if this is just like you will rent a GPU, you will complete the fine tuning and done. Okay, so here you can get B21, B200s, H100s easily. Now this is the cheapest one. Like if you want, you can, if you want me to how to use Vaz.ai, I can let you know, but this is right now the cheapest in the market. Then comes, we'll be working with Thunder Compute. Okay, now this is also, I can say cheaper as compared to others because I feel that their pricing is also less because H100 will be working a lot with H100s. If you are actually doing fine tuning, see, it's not suggested that every student should do a fine tune. You should know the pipeline. That will be my agenda. It means that I will try to teach you, because do you think that in industry anybody will use Google Colab? Because I have to teach you enterprise level GPUs how to do things. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Because my objective is not to make things free for you. If I use things, then only you will actually understand, okay, how to do the allocation of each of the things. I'll be working with H100s a lot. So that's why I feel that Thunder Compute is one of the cheapest. And the other one is where you get free credits is lightning.ai. Okay. Otherwise, you can use any of your personal GPU provider. I have no issues with that. Okay, so probably I will just sign out from here. So lightning.ai, this is also really great from the PyTorch developers. I don't know how many of you used PyTorch Lightning, so they only created it. Even Sebastian Rashka worked in lightning.ai. They have a very good research team. This is really good. And if you look into, these are the other alternative. You can use Voltage. Really, the internet speeds are slow. Nebius. This is good, but again, in some of the instances, I've faced a problem. Lambda, Lightning. So you can always check into the code. So my idea is use any GPU provider. I'm not restricting to you. Use only this. You should be smart. You should able to make your own decision. You are working with AI. Okay, have a detailed research discussion. Do a deep research. Okay, based on the task that you are doing. So any type, Lambda is also good. I can say that. Otherwise, you can use cloud managed like G5 instances from AWS. Totally fine with me. So it means that all I need is a Linux machine with a GPU attached to me. Other than that, I need nothing. Now, whoever is providing the GPU, totally up to you. I might use Lightning AI and Thunder Computer Law. These two are will be my main choices for this course. But you can use Vaz.ai because that is the cheapest, and you can actually select it based on your nearest region also. Okay, so Google Colab, we will use it initially till the free tier. I won't be asking you to pay anything for Google Colab because we do not get any type of container-based support there. So really it doesn't make sense when you are actually working in a project. A lot of limitations are there in Google Colab. Max ODI M4, no, nothing. None of the local machines. I'm talking about H100s, A100s. So minimum amount of VRAM is 80 GB. If you have total 5 M4 attached, then it makes sense. M4 Max again, or 2 M4 Ultra. I don't know M4 Ultra is there also or not, or the M3 Ultra, then only it makes sense. So that's why these are the GPU providers. Now in GPU, now if you ask me, Paul, how should I spend? So the first decision, do you want to do the full training? Model is also good. See, even model, I love it. Okay, so model also you can go ahead. I have no issues with model. Is also a good provider. Now that's why see there are so many providers. I cannot tell everything. There is something called as coiled. AI. You can look into that one also. So many and many providers. What I need is a simple Ubuntu-based Linux machine with a GPU attached. That is mine. It's not about the provider rather than the machine should be available to me. Now, from wherever you get the machine at the cheapest cost, okay, you can always let your fellow student, your fellow learners also know that, okay, I got here from the cheapest one. Okay, so that's why. Unified memory doesn't matter. It's good for inferencing, but again, not for fine-tuning solution. Okay, what you will use for GPU provider already told Lighting.ai and uh, Thunder Compute. Okay, it totally see. Just before one class, I might switch. Right now, I don't want to commit what I will do after 2 months because it doesn't really matter. I can use anything. Vast.ai also I can use it because I feel that there are some Japanese H100s and Korean H100s that you can easily get access to, and they have some decent speed. So you can look into their pricing section. Okay, and just explore more and on that. So probably now this is the most costliest part. Remember, guys, GPU is the most costly. Okay, so if somebody is a beginner, I will suggest learn the workflow. Don't spend a lot of money. If you are at least 4 to 5 years of experience where you feel that I can spend $100, please do that. If you are more than 8 years of experience, simply spend $200 or $300. Because fine tuning, nobody can teach you till the time you do it by hands on. That is the main thing. Fine tuning is not theory that I will feed it to you. You have to do it on machines by yourself. Okay. AMD is fine, but you need a stack of AMDs. That's why. Okay, so always remember that. If you are a beginner, if you are not working, really doesn't make sense to do your fine tuning. So always take that decision 100, 200, because this will be the highest cost. It means that to prepare your the main entire fine tuning with checkpoints, I might have spent more than $3,000. That is my budget because I know that to do an experiment and the data set that I'll be working with, it will be at least 300K if I'm building anything, an SFT task. Okay, so in that case, I am only be taking 10K data or 20K. So yes, those will. And I will prefer like using two H100s or three H100s at one shot so that the training will be much faster. Money is not the priority right now. Training speeds matter to me much, and how you can optimize it by changing the attention variants, by changing it to flash attention, or probably SDPA from PyTorch is also there, or probably moving it into different attention variant. That is actual engineering. Okay, it's not just fine tuning and done. So that's why this is the most costliest part that you have in the course when you will be working with GPUs. All right, is this part clear for everyone? I majorly because cloud part right now we are not talking about deployment, so I will later come to the cloud part. But the module 4 is this part clear, where you'll be spending the lot, you will be using APIs a lot, everything, because this is the toughest part that I feel. Module 4 will take easily 1 month, 1.5 months, probably 2 months. I don't know. This is a pilot course, so don't ask me exact timelines. It's very hard for me to commit. It totally depends upon the flow of the content. Because I can give you a rough estimation on this. All right, then comes MOE. Why I've kept MOE? Can anybody let me know? Mixture of experts. Because mixture of experts, any model that you see in 2026 is using mixture of experts. Any model, everybody is using. And there is another concept of MOT that I have not kept it in the curriculum, but I will let you know. That is a paper that came from Kimi, I think 3 months back. But a mixture of depths paper has also came. Okay, so mixture of experts, everyone, like the entire Quen family, everyone, mixture of experts is being used. So that's why in architecture level, what are the things which are different? What is the first one? DeepSeek with R10, just skipping SFT entirely. Okay, and how we are moving towards distillation part slowly, slowly. So that's why MOE part that I have kept it. No, I don't want to keep right now Mamba Jamba based models, right? because there are other things in the syllabus, RAG and other things. Because of that, I cannot keep and focus a lot on that. All right, fine. Once MOE and the core things are done, then we will move ahead with building our own SLMs. Small language models, probably picking something from the Quen family or from the Liquid AI. The Liquid AI family of SLMs are really good to pick up. So that's why the design philosophy there. So here also you'll be working with GPUs. Remember, whenever you are building anything, GPUs are required. You cannot do it on your CPUs. So small language models, because I feel that here a lot of concepts will come from your module 4. Okay, few concepts that won't come like pruning and other things which are very specific. Again, pruning is a very old concept, nothing new. But again, I don't know how many of you actually applied it. Once SLMs that we have covered, then finally can move ahead to knowledge distillation. Now, knowledge distillation, I feel that this is actually a good thing and even a problem. Can anybody tell me? Good thing, yes, the student teacher paradigm, everybody can understand, but what is the bad thing? Every Chinese model family, I don't know, but Anthropic has already gone to the court and already filed multiple cases for knowledge distillation. How many of you know about this? Each of the Chinese families, because I think Anthropic reported around 25,000 accounts, which were actually generating the data from Claude, bringing the data, and then they are using in that their own Chinese models. Really interesting, and I really like this is a good thing. Now again, problem for closed source. So just think about 25,000 to 30,000 accounts have been blocked after that. So really, I heard on top of it of Alibaba and others was there. Yes, that's why. Like knowledge distillation. So that's why in this particular task, what we will try to do, we'll try to pick up a good model, anything from the 70 billion family, and then we will pick up a lighter model, probably under 4 billion family. Okay, any family, it can be the Quen, the Llama, some other liquid AI, any type of model that we can pick it up, and then we will try to perform a knowledge distillation based task. Okay. So similarly here, now this things will be interesting because what I need, can anybody tell me what is the main purpose of using the teacher model or the good model from which you will be extracting the learnings? You just need the data. Yes, hijacking the data. Okay. And then evaluating on top of your. So that's why catastrophic forgetting is another that is during the fine tuning it comes. Catastrophic forgetting is one of the most important problems in LLM. So I will be showing you live with a demo also what happens and don't worry about. But yes, on knowledge distillation, I feel that this can be one of the good solutions which you can implement in your own organization because really building LLMs is not a solution. SLMs and knowledge distillation are the two solutions. Okay, always remember that. These two are the main solutions if you're building because building an LLM of 1 trillion parameter, it's the budget will be very, very high. Very, very high budget. Okay, so it's not possible for every organization, but building SLMs, easy. Knowledge distillation, again, easy. This can be always inside our budget. LLM poisoning, so many attacks are there. Those things will be calling because you can always add during your training. You can pass through different type of guardrails based data, and you can make your LLMs much more smooth on that, Bhavesh. Directly during fine tuning, always keep such samples. I've seen majorly all the Chinese guys they have been doing it rather than keeping it as a front layer. They actually do a negative sampling through which they try to introduce few guardrails based data such as like how to make a bomb in that way. Okay. And that's why they keep it like secured and the unsecured version of both. All right. Now coming to multimodals. Now this part we won't be focusing a lot because here it's all about the theoretical part, how to because the move from CNNs to vision transformers, how things have actually changed. The VIT paper that I'll be talking about, how fundamentally things have changed from the CNN architectures to the transformers based vision architectures. Then comes the vision language model. So that's why here this part will be little bit of practical and theory rather than fine tuning. Because if you know one fine tuning, you can easily fine tuning any multimodal. Because multimodal fine tuning, you need more and more amount of GPU. It means that I can say that I need 8 H100s in one shot. Okay, at least to train a good model with 100K samples also, because there you have images. And when images are introduced, you need more and more resources. Mohammed, no, there is no break. Everything is continuous. All right, fine. Now coming to the speech AI, how to actually. So I think the recent Quen models also got launched for voice learning. I'll be talking about those models also. So here it's all about building your STT pipelines, speech to text. So completely the Whisper architecture, which is one of the main open source models. So that's why the audio and the conversational based system, how to handle. Now this is a very, very big scope, but we'll be focusing on little bit of the data and the fine tuning, because in the agent part, this is really a big, big scope thing. Most of the systems are built on top of speech right nowadays. Okay, so this was all about the model 8. Okay, so really, things are now a little bit getting easier. Once you have completed till module 8, now everything is very, very easy. Okay, now this is where less of LLM engineering, much more of applications. Now comes representation learning. This is the last part with respect to the research, where how to train your own embedding models. Okay, so if you have your own data set, the main problem with embedding models is you need a very, very big data set. You cannot train an embedding model on a very small data. Okay, if I select a embedding model, and if I really think about I have only 10K, not possible. Then in that case, I'll be picking up something bigger and then we will try to actually get it. Then we'll be talking about the main MRL based learning system like Matroshka embedding, where for a single embedding model, you can have multiple dimensions supported, like 786, 1536, 724096. Okay, so that is what Matroshka embeddings, and majorly all the embedding models starting from 2025 they have adopted it. So we'll be completely doing a fine tuning for MRL also. And I think MMT leaderboard, these are common things that we will let you know how to select an embedding model. Then finally comes your RAG. Now, again, now this is the part where things already that I have discussed previously. So now these are old stuff like LangChain. How many of you know about LangChain Llama Index? Please let me know in the chat. Yes, pretty much common because LangChain ecosystem and the Llama index ecosystem really. Okay, these are much more from a beginner perspective. But once you are a power user, then I will suggest that these modules are really not worth it, because to build an agent or Llama index, you really don't need this framework, but only for beginner purpose. That's why I've kept it for basics. Then comes the foundations of RAG, then working with hybrid advanced. Now, these are all old things majorly. It's nothing that right now for the past 2 months, some few minor things that we might add it, because if something that new comes around, advanced RAG systems again, re-rankers, corrective RAG, C-RAG, RAG, pretty much I can say stable research. Then this part I'll be focusing, I think, vector quantization and scaling. Whenever you are working with vector databases, you really need to know what type of quantization is supported. And this makes sense only when you are scaling. It means that when you have more than 10 million vectors in your vector DB, then only it makes sense, otherwise it doesn't. Then we'll be focusing on the multimodal RAG systems, the Goal-Pali paradigm, the single stage and the dual stage data parsing, layout detection, OCR paradigms, chunking based systems, working with multimodal embeddings, multimodal re-rankers, LLMs. Now, few of the common parsers like Azure AI, Doc Intelligence, AWS Text Track, Google Cloud Document AI, Llama Parse, Lightburst, Docklink. These are common things, and I feel that it's not really. So these are much more from application perspective rather than building things from scratch. But to build a good product for a RAG, you need these components for sure. Without this, you cannot actually proceed ahead. Now graph rag, so similarly, so right now I think only one. Later on, probably I might replace the graph framework because Falcor is another new graph database which is HydraDB that came around. It's also claiming one of the fastest graph DBs. So we'll be looking into that graph-based solutions. Then finally moving into page index, the completely vectorless based solutions. Okay, so and this is really good for financial documents where you have structure, not for open corpuses. So we'll be exploring about that. Then moving into cache, the normal cache version, the semantic cache version, securing RAG-based application, pie masking, input-output guardrails, prompt injection defense, all those things that will come. Now this is the entire. Now this will take around 1.5 months because this is the most easier part because this is much more less engineering and more of applications. It means that the engineering comes from more and more experiments. Okay, so this is where you can easily play with because you don't need any type of high-end systems for this. Then comes agentic, the main agentic AI systems, how to deal with them. So Pydantic, the most common. So anybody who knows Python, everybody has heard about Pydantic ecosystem. We'll be working with the Pydantic ecosystem a lot. So that's why I kept LangGraph because that is from the LangChain ecosystem, which is highly dominating in the agent industry. And then I will move to Pydantic AI. I won't be moving into other frameworks because I feel that this ecosystem has really grown a lot. They have good eval system. They have good logging system. The log fire. Okay. So that's why. Because just think about I use LangGraph. And again for validation, again I use Python. It doesn't make sense. Why not to be inside a single ecosystem? So that's why I've kept this time Pydantic AI. We'll be building agents with Pydantic AI a lot. As you can see for evaluation, we'll be working with evals, logfire, the major protocols whenever how the agents communicate with each other. So that is where your MCP servers, A2A, even ACP is there. Huh. Fast MCP, how to build your own custom MCP servers, all those things that will come around. Yes, I think I will include OKF. Don't worry, women. It was in my mind. I have not updated it, but I will update it. Google's over. Okay, don't worry. Then comes agents in production because this is where all the communication protocols have been defined. Okay, all the communication like MCP, A2A, much more in depth actually, because I feel that these two are the major. ECP, lesser dominance in the market, even with respect to implementations, where I feel that MCP and A2A are the major ones. That's why we'll be talking about these two main protocols for agent communication. Hemant Kumar is asking, is it okay to go ahead with identity AI? Why it is not okay? If I ask you the same question, please let me know. Because I feel it's completely good ecosystem and one of the best ecosystem, which every AI engineer will do. With code will cover right rather than theory. No, these are completely practical things. Nothing here is theory. It's just simple architecture, the flow of the data through a server, the main communication standards, SSC based server set event. Those few theory is there, but it's completely practical. Function calling has been a normal norm even from any type of agents. Then finally, we'll move ahead with context engineering. What is the concept of context fraud? Very, very important concept. I don't know how many of you have gone through the concept of context fraud. Then the different type of strategies, how to handle context in a better way. Context, like it can be assembly, it can be transformation, it can be reconstruction. Okay, context pruning. A lot of things are there, like LLM, Lingua, Recomp. These are the common strategies through which we try to handle it. Now, I don't know how many anybody of you have used Caveman. Please let me know. This is also one of the good examples. Yes, anybody has used Caveman? No. Okay. Okay. Please start working because again, Saver, this is really anybody who's using any coding engine, please use Caveman. This is good. Another project came, but I think it got deprecated by Russo token minimizer. That was also a good one. But here we'll be talking about much more about handling the context with respect to time because context window is always limited. What is the maximum context window right now? Any model that has been dropped till now? Yes. 1 million, 2 million. All right. Majorly, see, whenever I am working, I feel that if my task is a long horizon task, then only I prefer working with 1 million models. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Okay, because the computation of your cache cost becomes huge. I prefer 256 to 512K. That is decent for any task. But if your task is long horizon, then only you need that 1 million context window. Yes, generally I work with 262K. It's totally fine. Yes, 1 million. It's like, see, 1 million is more than enough. You really lesser on the need. Sometimes you might need 1 million task if your code base is really, really big. Okay, if you start working directly on a 5 year or a 6 year old code base, then it makes sense. Otherwise, for newer projects, generally I don't pick it. Now, what is harness engineering? Here we'll be talking about that. Okay, in detail with respect to the different type of benchmarks that you have. I think the working labs harness content also here I'll be discussing. Agent. Now, what is harness? It's nothing new. If you are working with Cloud Code, harness means what is the meaning of harnessing the power? It means that you need to extract the power, and whose power you will extract. You need a language model. As simple as that. So Cloud Code, if you are using Codex, any type of coding agent is a harness. Always remember that. So that's why this concept was much more trending, and I feel that yes, and working with sandbox environments that also will be talking about, because agent sandboxing, I feel that it plays a very crucial role. In few cases, you need sandboxes. So here in harness engineering, we'll be talking about tool executions and other things. Is harness only limited to coding agents? No. Anywhere, if you are using LLMs, it's not coding agents. Without coding agents, also you can use LLMs in multiple places. The simplest example is Codex or Cloud Code, from where you can get started. I mean, skipping, yes, you can skip some part. Now comes the LLMOps part, tracing eval. So here, I think the different type of frameworks right now, like Ragas, like Inspect AI is also there. So similarly, like Pydantic AI evals. Now this is the evaluation frameworks are there. So many frameworks. Probably we'll be discussing two frameworks. Then for tracing, what are the major frameworks? So like we can go ahead with Langsmith as their Langfuse, like open source and the self-hosted version, which will be hosting it in our Docker, Logfast, span level traces, cost, cache part, prompt. Okay, now here prompt caching is also very, very important. But prompt cache is also another factor which is not always fixed. It totally depends upon the provider, the API provider. Okay, so previously, I think Anthropic started with the concept of prompt cache. Then slowly, OpenAI adopted it. DeepSeek has also adopted it, but the limitations are there. Token accounting and budgets, this can be easily done through any of the major frameworks that you are working with, like Langfuse or Langspace. Semantic cache with Redis, not necessary Redis. There are better alternatives also. We will let you know. Then comes now this is the part with respect to what are the main cloud infrastructures, because we'll be working a lot with AWS. AWS will be primary for we might use GCP and Azure for some third-party services, but majorly it will be the entire AWS infrastructure. So whether I am self-hosting anything, it will be in the AWS cloud always. Yes, OPIC will be there. Don't worry. OPIC, don't worry about OPIC. OPIC will be there. Now, this is quantized inferencing, GGUF, GGU-ML. Now, these concepts already you might have learned in Mod 8. Okay, that the final serving part, where a final model that we have built will be. Now, this will be much more part of your project, I can say. And then finally, the enterprise level security with complete RBAC system. How many of you know RBSE? Yes, IBSE, I think. All right, fine. So finally, we'll be having that system because we can really create a big ecosystem, but the major things with respect to guardrails, the gateways, the evaluations, and finally bringing into RBAC, the SAML assertion anatomy, very, very important. Now, these are common software engineering practices that I feel that few things are here, but with respect to AI-based applications, how need to handle them, we'll be talking about. Okay, so this is will be the final, I can say, and this will be much more of a part of your project because few things, gateways and things are there. These are very simple concepts, uh, which matters actually when you are building the application in prod. All right, so I think I've given you a detailed uh, explanation with respect to the syllabus. Okay. Now, I hope the syllabus part is clear. If you have any other things, please let me know in the chat. Then I will move into the project section. Okay. Eval method. What do you mean by eval method? Okay. Harsha, as you ask me eval method. Which method are you referring? The first 8 modules are the one that require more attention. Yes, the first 8 to 9, I feel they are the toughest. And I will spend much more time. If I say that 5 months, I will spend on that. RAG agent, these are much easier things and easier to adopt for anyone. Because when I say this is an advanced route, if you want to learn agents, there is a dedicated only agents course that you have. Okay. But the things, the initial 5 months, that is the main core part, which is not part of some other course. That's why we are calling it the advanced. Because here we will be actually working on that LLM part. Because agents part we have dedicated, and majorly the other topics are RAG and other things are also being covered. Huh. All right, so the research papers will be covered. Majorly the research papers, I have listed the papers you can actually have a look into. I think all the major papers starting from 2017, you can go into this research papers section. Okay, so all the major papers and with their links are attached. You can just click on the link and you can actually get into like attention is all you need is the first paper. Then BP is the next paper, BERT paper, GPT paper in that way. Okay, so papers are there close to 20 to 25 papers for sure. It will be more than that because uh, I'll be letting you know exactly what are the paper drops that are coming, model drops also that are coming. Because I'm pretty much active in that area, so I will always let you know that information. Generally, how much the weekend sessions? So weekend sessions, it can go like 8 to 11:30, 12. Then if I see, it totally depends upon the breaks. Okay. I don't want big breaks, otherwise I have to extend the time. But the sessions will be like 8 to 11:30 for sure. Then with respect to initially, I can say that 1 month, more students join. So the doubts will be, uh, it can be late, like 2 hours also, it can be a doubt session. But slowly with respect to time, when you start focusing on the actual content, it will be lesser. Okay, so is multimodal and LangGraph content was in the same RAG batch? Yes, people from RAG batch, you really don't need to know because I know that at least 20 to 30% from the RAG batch guys and you know most of the things. Okay, for RAG batch, really, like you guys don't need to worry. You just need to focus on the starting 10 modules. That will be the main priority. And the last, I think, in the agents parts, will be bringing new things. That is the thing that you can actually look for. Okay, world models and VJPA right now I won't be including those. Those will be the past of the next advanced core. A lot of things I have not kept. I have not kept SSM models. I know those are important, but again, it totally depends upon the audience also. Inference engineering is not part of this, Ashwin, because if I start teaching inferencing engineering again, 3 to 4 months dedicated I need. Okay, because inference engineering is not a light topic. I will say the basics. Similarly, reinforcement learning. We have to keep the scope defined. I have written here 7 to 8 months, but really I don't know. It might take 9 months also. You have to really understand. If people, I know few people are from the RAG batch, they know that. If we start actually working in the project, it can be 3 weeks or 4 weeks for one project only. So really, it will take. there is no dinner break or something like that right now, because the project's parts are also remaining. Papers covered lab. Please have a check in the page. I feel that everybody can get it. Majorly all the papers that we'll be discussing is available here that I have listed. More and more papers you guys can let me know. Okay. All right. Okay. Uh, Here, I think one part. Because this is the advanced cohort, and I think the Discord part, as I have mentioned it, and I think I was talking with Krish. So the Discord access, you will be getting it starting from next week or next to next week. Okay, so right now, the Discord is already ready. I know might of you, but few private channels and other things that I'll be creating. So during the next sessions that I think will be giving you the access to that. Okay, I have already created that, but these were the major things. Now, please let me know with respect to the curriculum, any more questions that you have, because now I will start working with the project. How do the assignments look like? The assignments will be coding assignments completely. There will be test cases. You need to pass the test cases. Okay. It means that you have to be a complete developer workflow. You have to do a Git push, CI integrations. I hope as a developer, these are common things. Nothing. You have to push the code, all the integration test cases that we have included, it should be passed in that way. Will the assignments be graded? For sure? Otherwise, what is the meaning of giving assignments? And there will be a deadline dedicated for each assignment. Because I feel that 5 days are more than enough. Because today, in this coding agent era, you just need to spend 30 minutes with any coding agent and it is done. So I feel that even like I have not decided the exact timeline, but yes, like Saturday and Sunday, I taught you the concept. You might take 2 days or 3 days to revisit them, do the assignment. So I feel that by next Saturday, before the class start, that can be the deadline. In that way, I will plan the assignments. Mm, in Python, there is a topic, entire Python you have to know. Don't ask me in Python what I have to know. The entire Python you have to know. Okay, so suppose, all right. Now, see, don't start writing in the chat a lot of questions. We will start interacting one to one. Okay, don't worry about that. I think, what's the time? Let me see. Okay, let's go for a 10 minutes break. Okay, and then I will come back with the projects and then we will start taking questions one by one. I think that will be good. Please let me know. So let me just open the clock. Let's start, go ahead with a 10 minutes timer. Okay. All right. All right. Can you please navigate to the course details that you are showing? Can you show how to navigate to the course details? That is the web page when you purchase the course. I don't know. I thought you guys should have the link. Hmm. But again, I am pasting it on the chat. This is the main link. I think we have the project section. So after the 10 minutes break, I think we will continue. Okay. Devesh, in the meantime, if you want to take some questions, you can take. Okay, guys. So please be back in 10 minutes.